Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about FIFA gameplay again. I'm gonna try to not be toxic about this because honestly, I'm pretty sick and tired of it, to be honest with you. Well, I don't even know where to start. I think I'm just gonna talk about this one thing because other than the fact that inconsistent gameplay, right? Whatever. If your gameplay's slow, your players are taking awful touches, whatever, right? But we need a finishing patch, right? We need a finishing patch because you need to be rewarded from getting into the extra angles. If you are not scoring from bad angles, understandable that you don't score them. But when you're in good angles, you need to score your opportunities, okay? Please, guys, understand that this is not the type of game, okay? This specifically is not the type of game to tell someone you have to be better at finishing. It is not, okay? Because every single time, like if I stream, right, and my player doesn't score a certain opportunity, there's nothing else in my power I can do than timing a shot, even if I hit a green, right, from a good angle, whatever. I shouldn't have to time the shot. The fact that I brought up time finishing, and that alone really triggered me. From regular 1v1 finishes, right? Getting those extra angles and the player missing it himself, it's just not cool. It's like I'm very frustrated because I streamed today, right? And I was using the non-rare players, right? Because they want us to use non-rare players to do these challenges for like Talishka and all these different cards and whatnot, right? This team right here, or not for Talishka, for Gervinho and Ibrahimovic and whatever. This one is for Gervinho, right? I was gonna make a squad builder video, but then I had my desktop audio on, so I couldn't really do that video for you guys for a cheap squad builder. But this is one that you guys can make if you want to, right? 4-2-3-1, blah blah. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you're gonna do this, make sure that you put 3 attacking players that have good finishing and composure. Because if you do this team, it will drive you insane because the finishing is so awful, okay? I was using this team. 2 games that I lost today, and this is just a general thing in FIFA. This isn't like a matter of like, oh, but you're just making an excuse. It's really not a matter of that. Their finishing is really, really bad, okay? There was a game today that I tied 0-0, went into extra time, and lost some penalties in single match where I should have beat this guy 5-0. 5-0 is not an over-exaggeration. I worked the extra angles, right? Took the extra touches, shot it. I realized that 2 or 3 of them wasn't working when I settled it and then shot it because they would still miss. I'm like, okay. Because people are gonna watch this video and be like, oh, it's because of your non-rare players. Don't worry, we'll get to that point, okay? Yeah, so I took all the extra angles and they would still miss the opportunities. So I'm like, okay. Because in my last video I showed you guys that the first time shots were more accurate, right, than settling the ball. I'm like, I'm going to take first time shots. Take first time shots, they completely scuff the opportunity. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this challenge anymore because this is just very frustrating for me. This is very common sense stuff. You take the touch, you finesse it, you score. If you're a medium distance away from the goalkeeper, you score it. If you're close and you tap it, you should score it because you got into that angle. If you tap it and it goes under their arms and they slide a certain way, you should score it. Because you are in a good angle, you've worked at the defense. The defensive AI is effective. If you have effective defensive AI, your finishing needs to be good from good angles. I really stress the good angles part, okay? Because your gameplay, right, most of the times is very slow and sluggish, right? So the fact that I even got that extra angle, right, should be rewarded for how awful the rest of the game is, okay? So when I get that angle and I shoot it and your goalies save it, it's really, really infuriating, right? When someone goes on to you know, you're 2-1, you should have been 4-1, and then boom, 2-2 guy scores a near post corner. You can't have this, okay? And I'm tired of making this type of video because in the beginning of the year, when you guys had finesse shots as a thing, I mentioned, hey, if you guys take off finesse shots and manual goalkeeping, which they didn't take out manual goalkeeping, they just made it slower, right? If you take those things out, right, your finishing needs to be way better because your finishing is dog shit right now. There's a reason why people are doing time finesse shots all the time. They take out time finesse shots, they don't touch finishing in general. So I'm like, okay, every patch I I'm looking, I'm seeing if they're going to add it. Never add it, right? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. We're going to get into April soon, okay? We're in March 27 right now. April, the finishing is still terrible. 8 months into the game. 8 months into the game is still terrible. There are so many patches that were... This year in particular is an experimental year, okay? This year is so void now. This is a game that you think FIFA 18 was bad. This is a game that should be shredded in the history books. It shouldn't even be there. It should literally just skip from FIFA 18 to FIFA 20. That's how awful this game is, okay? Menu content and stuff, you got that going. Your gameplay content, no, but whatever. We're talking about the finishing right now, okay? So you think it's because of this non-rare team that, you know, the finishing is awful, right? No. I'm going to show you guys something that happened to me the other day. This happens countless times from good opportunities, and I'll show you opportunities that I did score and I was happy with, okay? I have this Twitter clip right here with Sergio Aguero. This is a UCL Aguero card. So just to give you guys a little bit of an insight on the card, right? We're going to be taking a look. I don't want to talk about gameplay all the time, but I have to. Like, it's just like we can't have this finishing for the rest of the year. We just can't. We cannot, right? Aguero's UCL card. This one right here, right? 93 rated. He has 98 finishing and 95 composure. On the card, I think he had something that increased his shooting, but not his composure. But whatever, 98 finishing, 95 composure on this card specifically, right? So let me show you guys this Twitter clip right here with Sergio Aguero. Same exact card, right? And this is why do not do this challenge. If you guys are doing the challenge, the weekly objectives, do not do this challenge with non-rare golds. Because if you think these cards are bad, the non-rare golds are even worse, and you'll want to die, okay? So, this situation right here, right? Please, guys, please, listen to me when I tell you guys this. Do not apply logic to FIFA when someone misses an opportunity, because there is no logic. There is no, oh, what you should have done. Oh, but you should have chipped the keeper. Chips are not consistent, okay? You should have touched it and then finessed it to this far side. There's no concept like that. There is none. There's no learning process from the finishing opportunities because it's always random. There is literally built-in RNG with the finishing. First of all, to start off the clip, right? This was supposed to be a chip shot. It doesn't register my L1, LB. A lot of people have already talked about that. Still a thing in FIFA though, right? So that chip shot doesn't register, you know, I would think, okay, I'm close to the goalkeeper. There's literally nothing else that I can do in the situation. I'm going to try to chip him. Why would I shoot the ball normally when the goalkeeper is close to me? It's not going to work, right? Whatever. I get into the situation right here, right? Once this pass is made right here in this general area, this pass, you would think the logical thing to do here. This is why I'm telling you guys, do not apply logic to this game when someone misses an opportunity, because there is no logic, okay? I get the ball here with Sergio Aguero. I dribble the ball downwards. At this point, being a consumer of the game, you would think, that's it, it's a goal. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way in hell he's missing this opportunity, especially with bro, my bronze player should be able to shoot this straight because it's an empty net, okay? My bronze player, okay? But look at this situation right here with Sergio Aguero. I take the touch because logically, it makes sense to take the touch downwards to the left side, right? Because this guy's standing right here, so I'm not going to be able to finesse it to the right side. I have to touch it downwards so that I can finesse it to this open space right here. Look at where his defender is. Okay, so I can't skip this pass a little bit, right? Let's check out these angles. Look at where I shoot this ball. More to the middle. Why do I do that? From past experience of the finishing in this game, right? Knowing that he will not hit it directly to the left side if I don't aim it more to the middle, so that he can curve, because this is a finesse shot, which you will see in a bit. It wasn't, right? A finesse shot from this area. You can look at his body. That's not a body animation to do a regular shot. It's a body animation to do a finesse shot, right? Opening, guys far away from me, guys on the right side, guys over here. Look at that. That's all you have to do with a UCL Aguero card, right? Look at where I'm aiming this arrow. Where does he shoot it? Look at where he shoots this ball. He shoots it that way. I don't know. How do you explain that? You don't, because the finishing in this game is completely random, right? There is no reason why Aguero should be missing an easy shot like that. Okay? I need to explain to you guys why the finishing from good angles, because that's a good angle, right? You have to, when I say good angles, I mean you have to create the angle, right? I'm not just, because here's the crazy thing about this game, okay? Here's the crazy thing. If I just shot this ball first time with Aguero's left foot, aiming completely downwards and then just doing a shot like that, just like boom, just going that way, the crazy thing is, I would have actually probably scored this. Right? I would have actually probably scored this if I did it for... I don't know if I would have, but because the game's RNG, maybe the first time shot, accuracy would have resulted in a goal, right? But logically, it makes sense to make sure you take the touch downwards to the left side there, right? Get that angle on his 4-star weak foot, score with his 98 finishing and 95 composure, and for some godforsaken reason, this is not a substitute. Even if it's scored on 5 chemistry, he should still score this with his stats. You can downgrade his finishing by 10 and his composure by 10, and there's no pressure on him, and he still should hit this, right? But what does he do? He misses the whole net, right? Goals is what separates the skill. You know why? Because when you attack and you pass someone's defense and you get that angle, you should score most of the times because defensive AI is effective. If your defensive AI is not this effective, is this a bullshit miss? Absolutely, but it wouldn't bother me as much because I would know that I would have more attacking opportunities, right? I'm going to show you guys my recent gameplay video that I did for Willian, right? And I want to show you guys the opportunities. And I feel like you guys will agree with this too in terms of the finishing opportunities that I did end up scoring, right? Every single one of them just made sense to go in, and it made me happy. But the thing is, right, is that on any other day, in any other game, they can decide, and that's where it drives me nuts. They decide if it goes in or not, right? So let's just get into the game here, right? I think I already get the penalty. This is a penalty, so we don't need to worry about that. We can already see the gameplay is garbage, right? Because look at the way that I get the penalty. It made no sense. You'll see right here, right? You'll see right here. Right about here, right? It's beautiful that I have the controller on the screen nowadays. It's beautiful because I love showing people what I'm doing and what the game is intending for me to do, right? This is the type of stuff you're fighting the commands. You're fighting the poor gameplay. But hey, if your finishing is good, wouldn't be a problem. Because your finishing is bad, it makes your game really, really bad, okay? I get into the situation here. I make this pass. Look at my command here, okay, boys? Look at my command here. This is a fake shot to the right side here. I'll slow it down for you guys if you guys need to, right? 0.5. Nice little 0.5 for you guys right here in this situation. Look at my commands, right? Upwards, fake shot to the right side. Look, right? Look. The command is done before he receives the ball, okay? It's done before he receives the ball. I'll even go slower, right? I'll even go slower because you gotta time these things, all right? I'm gonna put it on a 32 right here. Look at the commands. It's already done. The command that I just did, you saw the circle to X, it's already done. No, I'm too fast for the game apparently, right? I'm too fast for this game, right? When the game plays too slow. What does my player do? He does this shit. Touches it on the spot, right? Look at my thumbstick. Look at my thumbstick this entire time. Right? Just look at my thumbstick. This is the stuff you gotta deal with. You gotta counter the bullshit, okay? Look, already did the skill move. Go to the right side, fake shot. Doesn't do it. I'm aiming to the right side still. He does a fake shot on the spot. Right? Okay, sure. You know, I'll compensate for it, whatever. I get lucky. He does a tackle from behind. I get lucky, get a penalty. Right? Whatever. I score the penalty. Let's see the goals here now. Okay, so this one was with Richarlison, right? Let me just show you some opportunities here that make me happy when I score them, okay? That make me happy. Get the ball here at Laurent Blanc, Pogba, touch, boom. Right here, this angle. You see that angle right there, okay? You see this angle right here, ladies and gentlemen, right? Once I do that, boom, it's over. You are not going to save this. That's the logical thing in this situation. I'm going to keep using logic because there is no logic, okay? When I do this finesse, my Richarlison, I've had Ronaldo miss this. And you guys think I'm joking. No. I've had Cristiano Ronaldo miss an opportunity like this on a regular finesse. But you know what? You know what's nice? Is that he scored it.
Nice goal.
And that's it. I deserve to score that opportunity, so I scored it, right? But the game can decide that I missed that. They can decide that I missed that opportunity, okay? Let's see what else we got here. With Dembele, right? Especially with defense, you don't deserve to be bailed out. People need to understand that, oh, but my goalie's not doing... You don't deserve to be bailed out from good angles. You don't, right? Taking this touch, right? Little thing right there. Wait for that little gap space over here. Do the wide pass right there, right? First time pass upwards. You can't settle this ball. First of all, if you settle this ball, settling the ball is less consistent than doing a first time shot. Makes no sense, but it's a FIFA mechanic, right? This situation right here, I do a first time driven shot. Do you know how nice? Do you know how nice it made me feel that after I did that attacking play where I exploited the person's defense, right? Waited for the one with Richarlison, did the wide pass there because he was too far up. That's why he didn't make the interception properly, although the lunge mechanic was stupid there. It was nice that I scored that. And it was a perfect strike to the right side. And I expect this from most players. This is good to score because your defensive AI is effective EA. Look at this guy not being controlled, almost bailing this guy out. Look at how he lunges. This used to be something, right, that you would risk to block. You would risk it yourself to block. That risk is no longer a thing when you're blocking a shot, right? Create this space for myself. If I settle this player's going to get the ball, right? And I'm not going to score this opportunity after I broke down his defense and made all those extra passes. Look at how many players are already back in position, right? After I did all those specifics to open up the space for myself. But it was nice because you compensated for it with a good finish. If I didn't score that, which again, gotta heavily emphasize, you can decide to miss that. You don't get opportunities like crazy left, right, and center in Division 1. You get them once in a while. When you do an angle like that, let the guy score. Especially even if that's a guy. Let's just say that was Eden Hazard on his 4-star weak foot. I still expect to score that. On his 4-star weak foot, Eden Hazard, because Dembele is left-footed, but on Eden Hazard's 4-star weak foot, I still expect to score that. Okay? I only mention this so much because defensive AI is good, okay? Makes no sense, dudes. It makes no sense, right? Here's another situation with Dembele. I actually think it was the same one. That was the same driven shot. Okay, so it was before this one. So it's right about here. It's going to be right about here. Okay, right? See this angle right here? Fullback is over here. I'll make this pass right here. Again, if I settle this ball, the goalie will get too close to me. I won't score this opportunity. But look at the play that happens beforehand. Let's just look at the whole thing here, right? Look at the whole thing. This makes you feel good when you score, okay? Little passing plays, boom. Look, open up the space. Using my physical presence with Paul Pogba. Opens up the space on that side right there. Wide pass. First time shot, score it. But look at how he takes a shot, right? I'm lucky that David De Gea didn't do the leg animation where he sticks out his leg like that. Look at how he sticks out his leg from a middle shot here, right? He sticks out his foot frontwards. I love the frontwards animation. I love it. From that angle, I love that they do that because this situation here warrants a goal. This is a goal that your opponent cannot complain about. He can't be like, oh, De Gea should have saved me. No, you should have defended better. But again, my player can decide to miss this. You cannot have that be a thing, right? Again, I do the first time shots there because first time shots are more consistent. It's a more consistent way of hitting it more accurately. For God knows what reason in FIFA, that's how the mechanic works. First time shots are more consistent, right? That's why I do it there with Dembele twice. But if I settle that opportunity and then do because it's a driven shot. Look at the command that I'm doing, right? I want you guys to see the command that I'm doing because this is what I always do before. Right? I'm gonna skip this a little bit. I'm gonna get into this little space. Look at my command. Aim the thumbstick away from goal like a Pez finish. Look at the Pez finish. Driven shot. Boom. It's a goal. Driven shot. It's a driven shot command. L1, R1, and I score it. The game's now 4-0. Right? Let's pretend the penalty never existed. Right? Let's pretend the penalty never existed. The game's 3-0. What if EA decided to not let me score those 3 beautifully built up goals? Right? Because I obviously don't clip the ones where I'm like, wow, can't believe I missed that. Although it's probably on my Twitch channel, you could probably see it, right? But what if I didn't score those 3 opportunities? Boom, the game's 0-0 now, right? The game's 0-0, and that happens more often than me scoring those. Like, every time I score it, I'm always saying, good goal Richarlison, good goal Dembele. I can't give credit to myself because the game has to score for me. I don't score because I understand the angles. I score because you allow me to score, right? That's not how these work. Every situation you found me in there, in this game, with the 2 driven shots with Dembele, with the finesse shot with Richarlison, they should have been goals, and they were, and that overcompensated your slow and unresponsive gameplay, like you guys saw from that Hazard opportunity, right? Because you finished the opportunities from good angles. That's all I want. You just gotta finish. If your gameplay is inconsistent, it's always been inconsistent. You gotta fix it, because I'm never gonna let that down. You gotta fix it, right? But at least, like, fix your finishing. Look at that. All good angles, and I scored them, and it makes me feel good. But that Aguero one, I don't score it. Because that RNG is in the game now. Dembele, who has 76 composure, can score that, but Aguero can't when I touch the ball downwards and want to finesse with his right foot. You can't do that. You cannot. When we work the extra angle, when we're in situations like this, this is not a bad place to take a shot from. Look at where I'm taking the shot from. That's perfect. That's a beautiful place to take a shot from. Look at that. This area, let me show you guys something. This area right here, right? This little blob of space right here. If you're above this area right here, I understand when you don't score. I get it. It's a little bit farther away. But here, no. Look at that. This area right here. Not even this. Not this, but this area right here, right? You score. Imagine that on the other side of the 18-yard box. Same exact thing. When you are inside that area, right, and you're at this angle right here, that's it. It's over for the other person. Eden Hazard's 4-star weak foot should score this, right? You should allow your players to be able to upgrade other players' weak foot so that they can also score it. Because players who don't have a 4-star weak foot, pretty much garbage in this game. Because imagine me being in a situation like this with a player who is right-footed on the left side with a 3-star weak foot. I don't use Salah anymore. Why? Because whenever I got into the situation on the right side and I shot across, it was completely random, right? It still is random with the 4-star weak foot, but it's just more helpful, right? Just let me score these opportunities. Just let me score these opportunities, right? Let me show you guys some more examples. Only because of defensive AI being effective. Remember that. I keep mentioning that, but please remember that. The games that I had today, okay? I might not even be able to find it now. I'm thinking. It's not this one. It might be this one. Not this one. Now I'm like lost. I might have to just end the video there because honestly, I don't think I'll be able to find it now. I'm trying to find it for you guys, and I can't find it. It's this game. Well, this game was the 5-0 one, but that's not the one I wanted to show you guys. Also not that one. I don't have the video anymore. I'm pretty sure I deleted it. Yeah, but I wanted to show you guys more opportunities, but the finishing needs to be better, man. The finishing needs to be better. Yeah, I'm happy that I scored those, but you can't decide if I score those. I need to know that I'm going to score those. Those need to be consistent, okay? First time shot, settling it in that area away from the goalkeeper, right? You see how the goalie started pushing me on the last opportunity? But I just shot it right away because I knew that the goalie was going to get too close. That's a skilled aspect. Don't make me miss those opportunities. Okay? When I get into the box in that same angle, I shouldn't have to do a first-time finish only to have the shot be more consistent. If I get that same exact angle where I'm at a right angle in that same area inside the 18-yard box, driven shot across goal, Goal. That's it. That's it. If I'm cutting inside with my right foot from the top to the bottom, inside that area, in the 18-yard box, finesse shot, like with Richarlison, right? Goal. That's it. It needs to be consistent. It has to be. Your defensive AI is good. Don't make your finishing random. People park the bus the entire game. If I get that one opportunity and I find that angle, let me score it. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, dudes.